Now, after the initial boot with a save folder that's active now, you should have a screen, something similar to this. You should also have a conky over here, which after setting up my screen recorder, it sort of disappeared. But so you will have a conky here and all this. These icons, which I prefer not to see, but and also these partitions. So this is already mounted SDA3 because the save folder that I've created with a YouTube presentation here is already mounted. So that's why, but I prefer also to have these the other partitions mounted on a boot. So what we can do is to go ahead and automatically mount them. What we can do is right click and run pmount puppy drive mounter, and then this is SDB3, which is here, and what we want to do is go ahead and click this mount partition at root. So, and then we'll go ahead and refresh, and we'll also have a chance to go ahead and mount these two here. SDA1, we want the mount at a boot. This here, mount at a boot. And save partition gets automatically mounted. So we'll go ahead and close that. And next time when we reboot, these also all should be mounted. I prefer to have a clean desktop. So what we can do is go ahead and right click on this and then remove item. And then we can go ahead and do that for 3 with a control key down, left click, left mouse click, left, and then right click here and then remove items. So now that's gone. And normally conky will be running here, and what we have to do is to go ahead and get into the root. So we want to get into the root folder, and then control H will bring up all the hidden files and so on. So this is at root level here, and what we can do is go ahead and go into startup. And then normally you'll have, I believe this where you'll have a conky, and you want to grab that and remove, so you end up with a clean desktop without conky. And I also prefer not to have a readme text file here, so we'll just go ahead and put it in the trash. Again, we want to do is go ahead and take a look at root level, and while we're at auto mount, again the dot config here and auto start folder. Let's take a look at that. And I prefer not to have I don't use clip it, so what we want to do is we go ahead and grab that, and also I don't need the free memory applet running, and then we'll go ahead and then we'll also grab this. And then we'll just go ahead and control, and then just 3 items, and we'll just delete them. So next time when after reboot, it'll be much cleaner here, less icon showing here. Main reason for this session is to show you how to use the Puppy Package Manager. So F12 will bring setup, and then we want to get a Package Manager Legacy is the one we want. And then what we want to do is initially is just go ahead and update the packages. So and then enter, and it's going to update all the packages. And sequence of the applications that I prefer to install is I like Ubuntu font, so Ubuntu font, and then enter, and then go ahead and install that and do it. So you have to do it for each package uh, separately, although some puppy ISOs will allow you to install multiple packages at once, but I believe this is a safety feature. But also, being in Korean, I also prefer to have a Korean fonts show up in Korean, so we'll go ahead and do that. BAEK, MUK is what I prefer. And similarly, we'll just go ahead and Naver D2 coding here and then install, do it. And then OK, and then BAEK, MUK, X fonts, and do it is fine. You get an idea, but I'll just show you a couple more. CJK I like CJK font, and particularly two of them because it allows a proper appearance of Japanese fonts in Dead Beef playlist. So this one's I've already installed it. So this one is already installed, and the other one that with a proper display of Japanese fonts, I also need this one. We'll go ahead and install that. And then what I like to do is install NeoFetch. Is a little terminal information app. So and then I also like to install Rofi because this Rofi is a application launcher. So we'll go ahead and make it all appear in alphabetized fashion, and we'll go down to the R, and then here is Rofi. So we'll go ahead and install that. Now, unfortunately, it's not you cannot install too many apps on an initial on an initial install. So what at this point it's good idea just go ahead and reboot, and then you can go ahead and continue on further packages. But because so far I get a no warning right now, that I get a sense that everything is going okay, we're just gonna push on. But for you, I would suggest you go ahead and reboot at this point and continue. So I also like gthumb, so I'll go ahead and we'll go ahead and start with gthumb. But you go through the same with and same process I just showed you. So after this, gthumb takes several minutes. So and then I also install this, and I also install this. And if it's not already installed, you also install this. So we're gonna continue on after I go ahead and install those. Okay, so now it took about 5 minutes to go ahead and install all the gthumb. So we'll just continue on here, and we're gonna install GIMP. And then here is the GIMP 2.10.18-1, and we'll just go ahead and similarly go ahead and install it. And this again will take a few minutes because it's fairly large application. But right now, even after I do it, it's not showing any indication that it's being installed. So what this means is that it is not being installed. So I have to reboot and then continue on, and it'll install fine. So we'll just go ahead and stop at this point in juncture. So next series we will have these will be automatically mounted, and we'll go ahead and go to the next portion of the bootcamp series on the next session. Thanks.